Hello you guys, welcome back to Channel Claire. Now, I've got some weird lighting going on, but I set up and I was like, people always said that, lighting is everything. And I'm like, they're not lying because you're not ugly. It's just poor lighting, because look at this. And then look. And then look. And then look. It's just poor lighting. So how do I really look? Do I really look like this? Or do I really look like this? But I just thought that was so interesting when I had first set up. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? But I'm gonna fix this lighting, hold up. You better believe I got some good pics out of that. So the news is that Britney's book is out, you guys. It's out and about. People are ripping open their packages. So excited to see what tea Britney is going to spill. Now, similarly to the Jada book, little tidbits have been coming out throughout the past week. Some insights. We learned about the abortion. We learned about the cheating on Justin's part. We've learned some things, but Britney's book really delves deeper, and it's written in her voice, which I love. There's also a audiobook that is out, narrated by Michelle Williams, which is really cool. And then I looked on her IG. Britney hasn't said anything on her IG now that the book is out. So I was kind of waiting to see if she had posted anything, but the last post I saw was for 2 days ago. So we'll see if she says anything now that the book is out. People can read it, namely her family, namely her sister, namely, Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel, all types of people. But there was one tidbit that it was running, oh my God, with Justin. And I didn't even know this, okay? I grew up I was born in 93. I definitely know who Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, grew up on that, grew up on Britney, get it. But I didn't realize until Britney said it that Backstreet Boys were they were a boy band, but they knew they were a white boy band. Whereas NSYNC, they're a boy band, but they kind of were wanting to delve into that hip hop world, which, Dangle and Justin Timberlake has worked with Timberland. He has some he has some hip hop songs that, have been, I don't want to say, he's had some popular R&B, hip hop-ish vibe songs. You know what I mean? He was able to make that transition, but it was so interesting that Britney pointed it out, and she made a point of saying, Backstreet Boys knew that they were white boys, whereas NSYNC kind of wanted to get into the hip hop world, and it came out in a situation where she and Justin ran into somebody. So I'm gonna let you listen to the clip and see how you fucking feel about it. And I'm just like, ew, Justin, that is too much. It's too much. And it seems like Britney was trying to say it was try hard, he was doing the absolute most, trying to relate, trying to fit in with the culture. You're either with it or you're not. But I think his work with Timberland made him transition. But we'll listen to this clip and see what you guys think, along with other bombshells that have come out for Britney's book today. So stay tuned. Y'all, I was so tickled listening to this because it's so try hard and cringeworthy. And if you were there in person when it happened, what do you even say? I know Britney looked at him like, I know you're fucking lying. I know you are fucking lying. So here is the clip, and hearing Michelle Williams, the actress, narrate this, and it's just hilarious. So hold on.
And NSYNC was what people back then called so pimp. They were white boys, but they loved hip hop. To me, that's what separated them from the Backstreet Boys, who seemed very consciously to position themselves as a white group.
They knew.
NSYNC hung out with black artists.
And
Sometimes I thought they tried too hard to fit in.
Tried too hard.
One day, Jay and I were in New York, going to parts of town I'd never been to before.
So he took her to New York. Took her to New York and was taking her through the streets, places she ain't never been before. And she said he felt, and she calls him Jay, but she says she felt like he was trying too hard. And that is just so not a good look on Justin's part. And it's just so fucking cringe. Let me just play it.
Walking our way was a guy with a huge blinged out medallion. He was flanked by
and you'll never guess who that is.
two giant security guards. Jay got all excited and said so loud, "Oh yeah, faux shiz, genuine. What's up, homie?"
Gag, Justin. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Is that how you think we talk, Justin? Is that how you think black people talk? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Faux shizzle my nizzle. Like, that is so beyond whack and cringe, Justin. And is extremely try hard. And I know poor Britney wished that she could do like that Homer Simpson meme when he like just slides into the bush and he's like, get me the fuck out of here, awkward. Because what the fuck?
Genuine walked away.
Genuine.
She did an impression of Jay. Oh yeah, faux shiz, genuine.
Oh yeah, faux shiz, faux
Jay
shiz.
wasn't even embarrassed. He just took it and looked at her like, okay, fuck you.
And to not even be embarrassed. Like, he didn't even realize how he fucking came off. It's fucking, I'm just like, Justin, honey. But he did work with Timbaland, and we got some music out of his, you know, wanting to be connected to the hip hop world. And Justin seems like he was the lead singer. I wonder if the other members of the band were also of that same wave. But I think that they were trying to, before this book came out, NSYNC was trying to get back in the swing of things and getting back into doing work and stuff. I saw Justin and his bandmates, they were together doing something in a green room. So they was working. But who knows how this book coming out is going to affect Justin and Jessica Biel. I don't really think it should affect Jessica Biel. Only thing is, if she did not know about the termination, I feel like for me, if I were in that relationship, if Justin hadn't told me about the termination, I would feel a type of way. That I gotta find out that you were terminated, baby. Like, I don't know. Like, I just, yes, people don't tell everything in their background of life. Like, they don't owe you every single thing. But I just feel like that's kind of like a big thing just not to ever come up. But that's just me. However, let's get into some of the other bombshells that came out about the book. Literally, y'all, people are already finished with the book. And it just came out today, like dropped today. Yes, you can get it on audiobook and you can kind of listen throughout your fucking 8 to 10 hour work day because let's be real. I've got headphones in my ears all day long. I've literally watched Teen Mom 2. I feel like I watched a whole episode of Teen Mom 2 today at work. And we'll be talking about that a little bit later because there are some huge developments on the Janelle Easton and David Easton front with Jace, their son. So we'll get to that after this. But I'm just like, Janelle, like, and she's been tripping online, like trying to act all unbothered. It's a lot. If you guys have ever watched Teen Mom 2, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Mess. But I think we're finally about to get some, like, Jace is gonna finally get some peace. I think that's what's gonna happen. So the bombshells. I'm so happy for Britney and that she's finally able to get her story out there in her words, the way that she feels fit, you know. I'm happy for her and I hope that it brings her so much peace and healing and that she can proceed with her life now that she's not under this conservatorship. And it really feels like, well, not feels like, she said that the joy and love of like performing and doing what she was born to do, which was be an entertainer, was taken from her because she was forced to make money and like be put on stage when she did not want to. And nothing makes you not love something than having to be forced to love said thing. Like, you don't want to be forced to do anything. That's the worst. So let's get into these bombshells. All right, so of course we know about the termination while she was dating Justin Timberlake. That came out. Her first kiss was with Justin Timberlake as well. They met on the Mouseketeers Mickey Mouse Clubhouse in the early 90s, along with Christina Aguilera, Kerry Russell, and Ryan Gosling. She went, oh, whoa. Spears writes that Timberlake and her shared their first kiss while playing Truth and Dare during a cast sleepover. Insert irony here. A Janet Jackson song was playing in the background. So it's so crazy that they were so young on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse having cast sleepovers and fucking, you know, doing Truth or Dare and kissing and stuff. It's so teenage. It's, you know, that's what you do when you're coming up and everything like that. 7 Minutes in Heaven, all that type stuff. But it's just so cute. Her first kiss was with JT, Justin Timberlake. And that was before they even got together. So that to me tells me that like they have a long, strong, like, okay, they have a connection. They've known each other for umpteen years, back when they were fucking kids, okay? Were each other's first kiss. Like her first like serious boyfriend, like public and everything like that. First man she, you know, had a baby by, although it was terminated. That is a lot of experiences with one person. And now they don't talk at all. Now they got beef. And it's so crazy how you can have such strong connection and relationship with somebody and then it goes to just like you acting like you don't even fucking know each other anymore. It's so crazy. So Spears and Timberlake shared their first kiss while playing Truth and Dare during a cast sleepover, and Janet Jackson was playing in the background. And I think they're saying that's ironic because likely Janet was a huge role model or inspiration for Britney, because definitely with the dancing and shit, I can definitely see some vibes and essence of Janet. You know what I mean? So we know about the termination. I don't really want to beat the dead horse over that. We also know that was revealed that Justin broke up with Britney via text and literally just sent her, "It's over. That's it. It's over." So like they're talking about the Post-it note equivalent of a digital Post-it note. Like if you watch Sex and the City, Carrie was broken up with a Post-it note. But yeah, so he said it's over. Spears went back home. She revealed she was devastated and she could barely speak for months. So, I mean, literally, it's not like they were just together when this is a years long relationship. Her first kiss, like they've known each other since children, you know? So she was devastated. Spears went back home to Kentwood, Louisiana to recover. In post-breakup, she writes, Timberlake flew out there to personally deliver a letter he wrote and had framed that concluded, "I can't breathe without you." So I guess he went out there, said, "I can't breathe without you," maybe tried to have some reconciliation, but nothing came of that because obviously they're not together. Interesting. Relationships always... Then goes on to talk about her interview with Diane Sawyer. I shared the clip previously in another video where Diane is like, "What did you do to him? Why did you hurt him?" Like very much like coming at her, like giving no room for a question, putting the blame completely on Britney. Like, girl, were you in their bedroom? Were you behind the closed doors? How are you just gonna up and say, you know, Britney was the one who did everything, and then for it to turn out that it was Justin? And I did see that she made out with a backup dancer, but that's because there was already shit in the media that Justin was cheating. So she felt a type of way and took it into her own hands and made out with her backup dancer because she's Britney Spears and can do that. So I just feel like, if anything, Diane, yes, as an interviewer, you want to ask the hard-hitting questions that everybody wants to know. We get that. But there's also a way to go about it without putting blame on somebody and accusing somebody, and what Britney says, exploiting her. She says, recalling the insinuations in Timberlake's Cry Me a River video that she had cheated on him, Spears writes, of having to deal with the fallout, feeling comatose in Louisiana, while her ex was happily running around Hollywood, you know? She points to her cringe-inducing November 2003 interview with Diane Sawyer, arranged by her father and manager, and the person who put her under the conservatorship and like stole 13 years of her life and used her money. Trash. In which the journalist grilled her about the pain she supposedly caused Timberlake as her breaking point. Like, Diane, why would you not think, like, even as a woman, you know how it is to be in a relationship. Why would you think, you know, why would you not come at it as, okay, you're both young, you're superstars, you're at the top of your game. What happened? You know, something like that. Like, you're a woman. Like, you know what we fucking go through. Why would you come at it like that? So she says, I felt like I had been exploited, she writes, set up in front of the entire world. And this is when she goes into saying that she did make out with a dancer, Wade Robinson, at a bar one night while she was dating Timberlake, but she attributes this to the gossip that Timberlake was cheating on her for pushing her into that mindset. Otherwise, she was faithful to Justin, all right? Another tidbit that has come out that I find interesting because, I mean, yeah. So it says the drug of choice, and Britney is pretty, I don't want to say tame because I don't want people to get the wrong idea, but like people try to act like Britney was crazy, off her rocker, like on all types of drugs, like fucking meth and shit, like she was taking that hardcore shit. She says her drug of choice was Adderall. Now, I don't know about you, but in school, in college, you know a couple people who have a prescription and people was abusing that shit, okay, all the day long. And I don't want to say it's good to be abusing Adderall, but it's interesting that that was her drug of choice because it's not like it was hardcore. You know, I don't want to say that, but in my head, it's not hardcore like meth or heroin or something like that. I'm sure Adderall could be hardcore, but you get what the fuck I'm trying to say. I'm putting my foot in my mouth now. But it's interesting that was her drug of choice. She maintains that during the days when it looked like she was partying hard with Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan, she didn't have a drinking problem, but used the ADHD medication Adderall to get high and enjoy a few hours feeling less depressed. Okay. I mean, I'm not mad at Britney. I'm not mad at Britney at all for any of this. And I'm especially not mad at her for this. She said that she was hooking up with Colin Farrell. Hooking up a physically intense 2 weeks with this man. He was flipping her over and throwing her down and up against the wall. She was over. A physically intense couple. He would call her up. Britney, where you at? Anyway, let me stop. She said it wasn't much of a secret 20 years ago that something was going on between Spears and Colin Farrell. And she describes their fling as a physically intense couple of weeks. Brawl is the only word for it. We were all over each other, grappling so passionately. It was like we were street fighters. So if you know, you know. If you've been there, you've been there. And that is an experience, honey. However, she admittedly wasn't over Justin. So I guess Colin Farrell was like her rebound. Not a bad rebound at all. So she wasn't over Justin when she was dating Farrell or having their physical relationship. Apparently, Farrell told the press he was at the premiere of The Recruit, that they were just mates and that she's a sweet, sweet girl. Spears writes in The Woman in Me, but for a brief moment in time, I did think there could be something there. The disappointments in my romantic life were just one part of how isolated I became. I felt so awkward all the time. So she felt that maybe it could have been something more, but she realized it was just a fling. Apparently, E! News reached out to Farrell's rep for a comment and did not hear back. What the hell is Colin Farrell doing here lately? Is he married? I don't know. So then she goes into talking about her marriage to Jason Alexander. Very brief 55 hours marriage. Like, that's not even 3 days, right? 72 hours is 3 days. So, quite frankly, they were just very fucking drunk and she was bored. So they went and got the fuck married. Why not? I know y'all have done something being very drunk and very bored, and like after the fact you're like, oh fuck, let me go and rectify this. So she was married to Jason Alexander for 55 hours. He's a childhood friend. They swapped vows in 2004. She marveled over her family's reaction, like I'd started World War III. But it was innocent fun as far as she was concerned. Meanwhile, Alexander was arrested and pleaded no contest for trespassing on Britney's. Oh yes, I remember that. He had a video and everything. Like, he was legit in the house showing us the decorations before it. Do y'all remember that? Like, he had jumped over the fucking wall, was in the house. We saw the whole wedding venue, like, in it. And he got a trespassing order. But back then, in 2024, they were childhood friends, and they were just drunk and having a good time and decided to get fucking hitched. Whatever. But this is something that really, I was like, ooh, I really wanted to know what was going through her head on this day, the night that she shaved her head. And it's like the camera where you can just see her in the mirror in this hair, like she's just going with the razor, and you see the people looking at her crazy. So she says, unforgettable night in February 2007 when Spears walked into a Los Angeles hair salon and buzzed all her hair off. It was a response to the constant objectification she had been subjected to since the coming of age in the spotlight. And it's like, literally, this girl was on TV since Mickey Mouse fucking Clubhouse, having all these people telling her, wear this, your hair is going to be like this, you have to say this, you have to look this way. I can imagine, not even really knowing who you are and being able to like be an individual and make your own personality because you're having all these people telling you who to be at every fucking moment, every fucking turn, and what perspective and what narrative and what image is going to be put out to make the most money. It's crazy. So I don't know, like, thinking back on that shit, I feel like, what else was going to happen when somebody is under that constant fucking objectification and constantly being controlled? We've seen it happen to child stars over and over and over again. Look what happened. Like, dang on, rest in peace, Aaron Carter. Like, Macaulay Culkin, all the Disney stars, dang on, Miley, Demi. The only ones I could think really, like, Hilary Duff, she came out pretty good, and like Selena Gomez, she did too, but she's also gone through her shit. But like, it's hard. It's hard. You've got all these fucking adults breathing down your neck, controlling your every fucking waking moment, move. Every hair has to be in place. Every outfit is chosen for you. Every single thing for the gaze of the public. What does the public want to see? What image are we going to put out? And that has got to be, I could not even fucking imagine. And as we know, you know, hair, beauty, and all of that, I feel like are connected. And it is something like when you take that off, it's like, okay, well, all I've got now is this. You know, like, what are you gonna fucking do with it now? You can't bring somebody over here to curl my hair and flip it this way, and it's gone now. And what? So she had fucking just broke, you know? It was a response to her being objectified. And she notes elsewhere in the book that she went on Prozac around this time. And she did that because she was needing to manage this heightened scrutiny she was under with the press. She said, I had been looked down on and had people telling me what they thought of my body since I was a teenager, she writes. Shaving my head and acting out were my ways of pushing back, which I completely understand. I just feel like that's human fucking nature, you know what I mean? She was also out of her mind with grief while locked in a custody battle with ex Kevin Federline over their sons, Sean and Jaden. She says, flailing those weeks without my children, I lost it over and over again, she recalls. I didn't even really know how to take care of myself. She famously smacked a paparazzi car with an umbrella. Yep, her new haircut adding to the drama of it all. And remembers her thought process at the time, growing increasingly childlike. Wow. While she was still in the throes of severe postpartum depression and dealing with the end of her marriage. Federline was later granted sole physical custody. Wow. That's a lot of pressure and a lot of shit for one person to be going through. And we don't know because we don't have, like, we've not lived that life. And it does look glamorous and you got the lights, the fame, the money, all of that. But there is a very, very dark side to it. We hear it all the time, these stars talking about it. You know, the dark side of it all. It really is. You have to give up something to get that lifestyle. You give up of yourself, pretty much. And then people think, well, oh, you deserve it because you have X, Y, Z. But at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We want to be treated as human beings. But people think that celebrities don't deserve to be treated as human beings because they have all the benefits and, you know, the perks of being famous. And I just don't see that. So it goes into, why didn't Britney fight the conservatorship earlier? Okay, so Britney was placed in the conservatorship February 1st of 2008, initially after a series of emergencies, including the star being put on 2 5150 holds in 2008, but then it was extended to be indefinitely. You know, 5150, I think, is when you get, like, I think it's involuntary and, like, they put you away. Let's be sure on the 5150. Let me go here. Because I feel like Trisha Paytas got a 5150 when she was dealing with Jason. Yeah, 5150 is the number of the section of Welfare and Institution Code which allows an adult who is experiencing a mental health crisis to be involuntarily detained for 72-hour psychiatric hospitalization when evaluated to be a danger to herself or others, or gravely disabled. 72 hours. But this one was then somehow able to be indefinitely, which is just fucking crazy. She says that she begged the court to appoint literally anyone else at call, but she wanted anybody other than her father to be in charge of this conservatorship. And she gave up her legal fight to free herself so early on so that she could be united with her children. Like, so it was a trade-off, you know what I mean? It was like, okay, these people have control over your life and you get to see your kids and spend time with them and watch them grow up. They don't, you can't see your kids. That's the choice she made. She said, my freedom in exchange for naps with my children. It was a trade I was willing to make, she writes. There was nothing I love more, nothing more important to me on this earth than my children. I'd lay my life down for them. And I hope and I pray that Sean and Jaden see this. She said, there is nothing I love more. And that's just the love of a mother. I hope that they see it and realize, you know, because they had been being adolescents and doing how adolescents do. But I hope that they wake up and realize, damn, my mom went through and did all of this for me, for us, you know what I mean? And she describes in this conservatorship She was too sick to choose her own boyfriend, and yet somehow healthy enough to appear on sitcoms, morning shows, and to perform in front of a whole rack of people all over the world every fucking week. So she can't choose her own boyfriend and who she has a relationship with, but you can put her in front of a whole rack of people to dance and perform and this, that, and the other. That's Jamie Spears. Both of the Jamies. Karma is a bitch. Eventually, Spears writes, she began to think that her dad saw her as a person put on earth for no other reason to help their cash flow. Literally like a cash cow. Like, that's it. That's me adding my words. She alleges she wasn't even allowed to change her set list when she wanted to, when she was doing her residency at Planet Hollywood. It's her fucking music. Oh my God. She says, my music was my life. And the conservatorship was deadly for that. It crushed my soul. Wow. Just fucking trash. And then she goes into Jamie Lynn Spears. She says that during her involuntary trip to rehab in 2019, her father said if she didn't go, then she'd have to go to court. See, threatening her. Threatening her. That's like, if you don't go, we're going to court. Who wants to fucking do that? Ugh, disgusting. She recalls being prescribed lithium and being kept there against her will for months. Lithium. Lithium. I didn't even think they fucking prescribe that shit anymore. What the fuck? She couldn't go outside. She couldn't drive a car. She'd have to give blood weekly. Couldn't even take a bath in private. This is a grown ass motherfucking woman who made a career of a lifetime for her fucking self on her goddamn fucking talent. And she could not even bathe herself in private. And y'all want to say all this shit about how Britney's reacting and how she's doing a hell of a lot better than what I would be fucking doing. I'd be scorched earth on everybody's motherfucking ass. Nobody would be able to talk me down off of shit once I got free of a goddamn conservatorship. She couldn't even fucking bathe for herself in private. She couldn't even wash her fucking ass in private. Whoa. Whoa. She couldn't shut a door in her room. She could not shut her own door. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Britney reveals she texted Jamie Lynn Spears pleading for help. She writes, her little sister's response back was, stop fighting it. There's nothing you can do about it, so stop fighting it, you fucking bitch. That's because you were, daddy was sending you a fucking check every goddamn month for you to do whatever the fuck you wanted. You were living in Britney's vacation homes and everything the fuck else. The whole family is trash. The whole, I'm so happy that she's done with this shit. There's nothing you can do about it, so stop fighting. Fuck you. Spears said she felt betrayed. She writes that she did not understand how Jamie Lynn and their father had developed such a good relationship. She knew I was reaching out for help. I felt like she should have taken my side. In 2022, the siblings publicly sparred over Jamie Lynn's memoir, The Things I Should Have Said. Yeah, bitch, it's too late for that. Jamie Lynn rushed out salacious stories about me, many of them hurtful and outrageous. But she concludes she loves her sister, adding, I'm working on feeling more compassion towards her than anger. You were so good. And they also, reached out to Jamie Lynn Spears for a comment. Didn't get one. Didn't get one at all. Like, you really, and that's why you look, if y'all had seen her on Dancing with the Stars, talentless. Y'all like to say like the likes of the Kardashians have no fucking talent. My God, they have more talent in their pinky than this woman. Okay, like Jamie Lynn Spears had a short stint on Zoe 101 back in the fucking day. She read lines. It's not like she did anything fucking spectacular. And then what? Exactly. Like talentless. You were only known because your last name is Spears. You didn't do anything from it. Like, we have Beyonce and Solange. Solange is incredibly talented. Yes, she has the last name Knowles. Yes, she's the sister of Beyonce. But she is incredibly talented in her own right. She just like composed a fucking ballet or something. Like, this woman is Jamie, and you told your sister to stop fighting it while you were gallivanting off spending her fucking hard-earned money. Whew, you are lucky that Britney is extending any type of grace and trying to find any type of compassion other than anger towards you, honey. Like, you should say nothing upon the release of this book. Say not a fucking word. And then it goes into how she first found out about the hashtag Free Britney in 2019, and she was seeing YouTube clips. And apparently a nurse in the facility let her know, which is very, very sweet. And I'm sure that helped her like keep her spirits up and everything like that. I think that's very sweet that the nurse at the facility let her know what was going on. And then in September of, it's saying, where was Britney when the conservatorship was terminated? She was in Tahiti at a resort in Tahiti, and the lawyer called and the judge said it's over. And she felt an immediate relief sweep over her. The man that had scared her all her life and ruled her as like, who had scared her as a child and ruled over her life as an adult, who had done more than anyone to undermine her, was no longer in control of her life. Her own father. Wow. And as far as her naked Instagram post, she wants people to understand, although you guys may not understand, but even just reading these bombshell, notes in this fucking article, I completely understand. When you feel fucking controlled, it's like an extreme way of just saying fuck that and doing whatever the fuck you want to, because this is your body and you can do, for the first time in your life, do whatever the fuck you want to do. So she says, I know a lot of people don't understand why I love taking pictures of myself naked or in new dresses, she explains. But I think if they've been photographed by other people thousands of times, prodded and posed for other people's approval, they understand that I get a lot of joy from posing the way I feel sexy and for taking my own pictures and doing whatever the fuck I want with it. And I applaud it. I applaud it. Take your fucking naked pictures, twirl around. Does it look strange? Does it look like whatever? Yes. But at the end of the day, what the fuck is normal anymore? What the fuck is normal? We don't know. So we really need to work on judgment as a society, because honestly, the girl was controlled for 13 fucking years. If she gets up on Instagram and twirls around and dances, which is what we know she loves and loves to do, and wants to be naked and show her body off the way she sees fit, who are we the fuck to say anything about it? You know what I mean? So I'm just so happy that Britney has had her book out. I'm going to check her IG one more time before I get off of here, just to see if she has said anything now that the book is released and in people's hands. Let's see. Yeah, no, it still says 2 days ago. Yep. So I'm sure we'll be getting a post via Britney sometime soon. Maybe she's just reading the reactions, seeing how people are feeling about it. But I'm really, really happy for her. And I hope that this kind of, in a way, is some closure for her on that chapter of her life. And now she can go into a brand new chapter that is beautiful. And, you know, things, if she wants to put out more music, or if she wants to, whatever the fuck she wants to do, she wants to go into acting, because we saw that she was like runner up for The Notebook against Rachel McAdams. Like, I think it was greatly cast with Rachel. She did an excellent job, but watching her audition tape, skill, talent, like, that could have been her all day long. So it's just like, she can do whatever the fuck she wants. And now she has her money. This man, Sam Asghari, I guess, is out the fucking picture. And she can move on and live her life. And I hope that this is closure. And I really hope that Jamie Lynn Spears, her sister, has, you know, what can you say, you know, when you told somebody to stop fighting? Stop fighting. Just lay there and let whatever the fuck it is happen to you. Like, that is such an insane thing to say to somebody. Just give up. Just stop fighting, essentially, is what her sister told her. It's just fucking wild. And what do you say to somebody after you've said that to them and now they've come out on the other side, redeemed themselves, and are free? What do you fucking say, Jamie? And then for her father, old, decrepit, apparently he's all sick and everything. You know, her mom. Like, what do y'all say for your, like, I just, they say money is the root of all evil. You see it more and more every fucking day, because, my God, like, that was your child. That was your child. And that's what y'all did to her. And then lived off of her hard-earned money, which you did not get up on those stages and do any of those performances or write those songs, or, you know, just wild, wild, cruel, foul behavior. And karma's a motherfucking bitch. So I will see you guys in another video. It will likely be the one talking about Janelle and David Easton and the Jace situation. And we'll go from there. But I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. I appreciate whoever watches my videos. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I enjoy doing this. It's a hobby of mine, making these videos and just keeping up with whatever the fuck is going on in this crazy ass world. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for whoever clicks on my videos and watches. It means a lot. So I'll see you guys later.